maybe all of this is happening for a reason.
What's up, my Stranger Things people? I'm Yessica, and welcome to Fan Nonfiction, your non-stop shop for your favorite fiction theories. So without further ado, let's get down to fiction. First of all, here's your huge warning. There are so many spoilers up ahead, so if you haven't seen Season 1 or Season 2, you have to do that and then come back to us. So let's dive into some of the top questions for Season 2 and what we think this means for Season 3. Let's go! First up, did they actually defeat the Mind Flayer? Did they? Did they? This season's new villain, the Shadow Monster, or the Mind Flayer, made Season 1's Demogorgon look like a cute little sunflower in comparison. It turns out that the Mind Flayer is actually controlling the Demo Dogs, a concept known as hive mind, possessed Will, and basically tried to take over the whole world. But is this the last that we've seen of him? We don't think so. Will is freed from the Mind Flayer's control at the end of the season, at least for now. And we don't know if there's still a connection between him and Will. Not to mention, they don't actually defeat him. There's more evidence of this when Elle closes the gate to the Upside Down world in Hawkins' lab. Even though she is successful in closing the gate, still, we can clearly see the Shadow Monster on the other side of the gate. It tries to escape, but Elle releases the badass within and manages to drive it back into the Upside Down. But she doesn't kill it. In the final shot, we see that the Mind Flayer is where the kids are. When they are at the school for the snowball, the Shadow Monster is creepily towering over the Upside Down version of the school. Plus, there's the fact that Steve and Dustin preserved a demo dog in Joyce's freezer. That doesn't seem very safe. So we're pretty sure this means that we haven't seen the last of the Upside Down or Mr. Mind Flayer. Which leads us to our next question. Who else is going to play a huge role in the next season? They've introduced so many new characters like Billy, Max, Murray, Bob Newby, superhero, R.I.P. Bob and Barb, always in our hearts forever. We will never forget you. And while we definitely think that they have big roles to play in the rest of the show, it's a little too soon what exactly those roles will be. However, there's a pretty huge clue in episode 7 when Elle, or Jane, as we now know her, goes to Chicago to see her sister Callie, who has the ability to make people see whatever she wants them to see. We also found out in this episode that Brenner might still be alive. When Callie shows an illusion of Brenner, he tells Jane, quote, "You have a wound. It's festering, and eventually it will kill you." First of all, gross. Second of all, dun dun dun. And even though this is an illusion, we have to wonder what exactly this means. We've seen Elle really come into her own this season, and as we saw in the season finale, her powers have gotten a lot stronger. And if Brenner is still alive, our guess is that next season we'll see a showdown between Eleven and her ultimate enemy, Papa. And speaking of Elle's newfound sister, our next question is, will she come back next season? And are there even more out there than just Elle and 8? We know that there are at least 11 of Brenner's subjects out there, and we don't think that it's a coincidence that the Duffer Brothers decided to introduce us to 8. Obviously, Elle needed Callie's guidance in order to eventually close the gate, but how cool would it be if next season Elle goes out and tries to find all of them, and then they band together and fight the Mind Flayer and or Brenner? Plus, we have to address that the fact that Terry, who is finally confirmed to be Elle's real mom, is able to communicate with Elle in the empty blank space, and is the one that sent Elle to find Callie in the first place. So, is Terry also one of those 11? And does she know more of them out there? She can control the lights and has nosebleeds like Elle and Callie, so the door is definitely open. But what about Hopper? What does the future hold for him? Even though Elle and Terry have developed a special relationship, we see a lot of Elle and Hopper this season. And in case you were a little confused by the whole diner scene with Hopper and the doctor of the Hawkins lab, it looks like Hopper has adopted Elle/Jane, or at least he has her birth certificate. And if you look closely, you see that the father line is conveniently covered by Hopper's hand. So maybe next season we'll find out who Elle's real dad is? And now we want to know what you guys think. What are your predictions for Season 3 of Stranger Things? Let us know in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to Awesomeness TV. I'm Yessica, and I'll see you guys next time on Fan in.